Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for episode number 81, I believe it is, and we are here for another, standalone Dynamite episode. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the Dynamite and Collision episodes, especially during this all-in Grand Prix phase that we're going through, they just feel a little bit more relaxed. Like, the Grand Prix just feels very hectic and let's do a match, yeah. Why is it not 90 rated? Whereas I feel like Dynamite, we've become a little bit more chill, a little bit more zen. The same with Collision, let's just ride that wave, And yeah, we're here again for another chill Dynamite. I believe this is the penultimate Dynamite ahead of the Grand Prix final. I pushed the Grand Prix final back a week just because fatigue is a real problem. So we've got 2 nights left, I think, of the Grand Prix. So that will be the next episode. So Thursday, Friday, like in-game days, Thursday, Friday. Saturday is Collision. I originally had Sunday, week 4, May, to be the final. But due to the fatigue issues, I've pushed it to Sunday, week 1, June. So then that gives everyone on the card a week's rest. None of them are going to be, doing much on, well, the finalists definitely will not be doing much on the cards for the following week, and yeah, we'll just rest those who are probably going to end up on the final card, because we're going to start building out that card today. There will be some match confirmations for the Grand Prix final. Obviously there is going to be the winner of Block A, which we already know is Walter, taking on whoever the winner of Block B is. That will be our final, our main event for the Grand Prix. But of course we're going to have some title matches, some other things going on. It's just going to be a full-on pay-per-view event. So yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I am. But first, let's just slow down a little bit, because we have got Dynamite ahead of us today, and it's a fun little card. We're working with what we've got, because we don't want to be including any of the all-in guys right now. So we're starting off in the pre-show. We've got Billy Starkz and Ryu Mizunami, who's recently returned from injury, taking on each other. And Billy Starkz gets the win. 50 rated match, 50 rated performances, 50 across the board. Bang average, which is fine. Ryu Mizunami is normally a little bit better than this. And Billy Starkz, she's getting there. But let's move on to our next pre-show match, our final pre-show match. Which I don't know why I didn't put Aussie Open on the main card, because I think they main evented last week and won, but now they're on the pre-show, so who knows. No, either way, they're getting a match. And in a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but not much heat, it's Aussie Open that of course get the win. They defeat the Von Erichs in 14 minutes when Carl Fletcher gets the pin with a tombstone piledriver. Mark Davis with an 85, my boy. Carl Fletcher with an 82, and then the Von Erichs, just being the Von Erichs, very average jobber tag team for us. 81 overall, very, very good. Got all this green for the tag team chemistry, the tag team bonuses. Love it. And just before we jump straight into the main show, Renee and RJ are here on hand to confirm that Demi Bennett, Collision's Demi Bennett, is here at Dynamite tonight. Of course, being a world champion, she can jump between brands, and she has decided to bring her open challenge to Dynamite. I'm assuming, to take a little break from Toni Storm, kind of giving off stalker vibes that Toni Storm has recently. But she is here tonight, and that will main event our show. Demi Bennett facing off against whomever accepts the open challenge. But let's head straight into the main show now, and we open with, I think, what we've opened most shows in the last few weeks, a Daniel Garcia match. And he takes on Ricky Starkz in a decent match. So a match that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Daniel Garcia defeats Ricky Stark's former New Wave teammates in 21 minutes with the sharp shooter. Daniel Garcia getting an 89. And Ricky Starkz with a 67. 82 overall, not bad. Got the show off to a strong start. And post-match, Daniel Garcia reminds Bryan Danielson that, he mocks him to begin with, just stating, guess you're not winning the All-In. It was a waste having you in it. We should have had, Daniel Garcia, Rampage Garcia in there. He would have done much better than Bryan. But speaking of Bryan, I still have my rematch. And seeing as though we know you're not going to be a B block winner. I've spoken to Tony Khan, I've spoken to Nigel McGuinness, and our rematch is booked for the All In Grand Prix final. So I'll see you there. And obviously Mercedes Moné is there looking as cool as ever. So that is booked in, that is confirmed. A rematch between Bryan Danielson, our current World Light Heavyweight Champion, taking on the former World Light Heavyweight Champion, Daniel Garcia, in one-on-one action. So yeah, looking forward to that. That should be another insane match. So that's booked in for the Grand Prix final. The first official match, yeah. So let's continue with the show, where we head backstage, and it is FTR talking to Jake Roberts. So after the events that happened of the recent All In Grand Prix Night 10, I believe it was, Cash and Dax came out to celebrate with Drew Galloway and Jake Roberts. So that leads us to believe that they are part of the family. And here we just have a backstage segment with FTR confirming that they want in to the Roberts family. But Jake Roberts says, before you join me, boys, I think it's time to initiate you with the first lesson. Now, you boys are one of the greatest tag teams of this generation, if not of all time. Your chemistry, your synergy, your work rate, you guys work well together. But how well do you really know each other? And Dax and Cash are like, well, we know each other really well. We're like best friends, been friends for years, been tag team for years. We won championships all over the world. You couldn't get closer than us. And Jake says, well, my job is to ensure that you are as close as possible. You need to know each other's moves. You need to know how to counter them. You need to know how they feel, which is why tonight I've scheduled a match. Cash, Dax, meet me in the ring later on. And Cash and Dax are like, what does he mean by that? But I guess we're going to have to wait until later on tonight to see what Jake Roberts means. I mean, I'm sure you can figure out what it might mean. But Cash and Dax have to meet Jake Roberts in the ring later on for their Roberts family initiation. So that should be very, very interesting. Up next, though, we do go back into the ring with some tag team action. And it's two wrestlers who faced off against each other recently are now teaming up just to see, what happens. It is, of course, ELP and ELG, El Generico and El Fantasmo, as they take on the Best Friends. And in a decent match, El Generico and El Fantasmo get the win. They defeat the Best Friends in 20 minutes when Fantasmo pins Beretta with the CR2. In terms of ring work, it was El Generico leading the line. Fantasmo was the weak link, which is a little bit shit to see, because I really do like ELP. But they do get the win. Chucky T with a 71, which is pretty good for him. And Trent with a 69 as well. Nice. But yeah, ELP and ELG get their first win together. Are they going to become a mainstay in the tag division? Or is this just a little flash in the pan? We will have to wait and see. But nonetheless, they record a win, and I believe it's El Fantasmo's first win on the main roster. So congratulations to him. He is still technically part of Ring of Honor. I've just been borrowing him for now, because I don't want to bring him up and then send him back down if things don't work out. So yeah. But yeah, just a simple tag team match. Wanted to see how these two work together. I was hoping we'd get oh my god, they've got excellent chemistry, Ted, put them together. They don't. And ELP's numbers aren't the best, so we'll have to wait and see what happens here. But following this, we stay in the ring, where, of course, Jade Cargill is in action again for however many weeks in a row. She has definitely been getting better and better. And this week, she's facing off against Jordan Grace. And in a decent match, it is Jade Cargill that gets the win in 10 minutes with the Jaded. But during the match, we did have Layla Gray distract Jordan Grace, allowing for Cargill to get the win and take advantage of that situation. Cargill with a 58. Oh, not the best. She was in the 60s the other week, right? Jordan Grace with a 55, which, is fair enough. And yeah, Layla Gray doing some great work at ringside, and Layla and Jade having good chemistry in terms of manager and wrestler. 63 overall, not bad. I'll take that. And post-match, Cargill is celebrating. She's kind of gesturing the kind of belt because she has been targeting Hikaru Shida as of late, and Hikaru Shida seems to beat her to the punch, where Shida comes out and says, Jade, if you want an IWGP Women's Championship shot, you've got it. I'll see you at the All In Grand Prix final. So there you go, guys. It's booked in. Our second match, our first women's match. Hikaru Shida defending her IWGP Women's Championship against Jade Cargill. I believe this is something that Jade has wanted for a while, and she's only gone and done it. So she will be facing off against Shida, and I'm pretty sure Layla Gray will be lurking around the corner, especially or in the corner, not around the corner. So Hikaru Shida will have to have two sets of eyes going on in that match. After this, though, the FTR are in the ring. Both of them stood in the middle of the ring. They're in their ring gear. They've come out together. They're like, what's going on? Jake Roberts comes out. I forgot to book this as a segment, so I'm just saying it now. Jake Roberts comes out and he just says, ring the bell. So the referee is like, rings the bell. And it looks like we are getting some singles action. Cash Wheeler taking on Dax Harwood. And the two men are like, okay, let's do this. And, a lot better than I thought it'd be. In a decent match, it is Cash Wheeler that gets the win. He defeats Dax Harwood in 15:38 with a Yakuza kick. Oh, go on, Cash. 78. I don't understand how it got 78. Cash Wheeler got a 63 in ring performance. Dax with a 69. A 78 rated match though somehow. Why? That's what I want to know. Penalised inconsistency, stamina, odd heel face. I said heel face this time, not feel haste. Yeah, we got a bunch of bonuses here, I guess. Oh well, 78, I'll take it. So yeah, Cash gets the win, and post-match, Jake Roberts comes into the ring, as does Drew Galloway and Lance Archer, and they welcome FTR officially into the family. And you can see while they're welcoming and hugging and stuff, Jake Roberts is whispering a bunch of just, notes to Cash and Dax, being like, pointing at Dax and be like, you see how he blah 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 blah, and then Dax, he's saying to Cash, like, you see how he did this, these are the stuff that you need to know inside and out. You need to know your partner just as well as you know your opponent, and all of that stuff. So it seems a bit backwards, but who knows, it might work out. So yeah, here you have the Roberts family in their entirety so far. There could be more, you'll have to wait and see. But if I'm being honest, this is a pretty dangerous looking team. Lance Archer himself was a big threat, especially in the TNT division a while back. Drew Galloway's been insane since joining AEW, and obviously FTR are one of the best tag teams in the world. So apologies if you heard my doorbell then. But yeah, this is the Roberts family, our newest stable in AEW. Something that we need to work on, because we're slowly losing them. The Elite isn't really a thing anymore, which is a little bit sad. What was it? Death Triangle. Yeah, they're pretty much dead now. Lucha Brothers are still a thing. But yeah, we've got a few things happening. But this does take us to our main event now, and it is Demi Bennett's Open Challenge. Who is going to accept it? Let's find out in 3, 2. It's Mercedes Moné. She comes out. It's been a while since Mercedes has had a title shot of any kind, especially because she was out filming her TV show. But she's back. She's been doing some really good work lately, and Demi Bennett is very happy to accept this challenge. What might be a real challenge for Demi Bennett? Can Mercedes Moné become our new AEW Women's World Champion? We haven't got to wait long. Let's find out. 95, by the way. Oh. And in a bout that had great wrestling and good heat, it is Demi Bennett that gets the win. She defeats Mercedes Moné in 22 minutes with the Riptide, and that is defense number 5 of Demi's Women's World title. Great performances here. An 83 from Demi and 82 from Mercedes Moné. 79 overall, which kind of sucks, What was it? Only penalised for the feel. Oh, did the feel haste again? Face heel combination. But everything else seems to be a bonus, so that's interesting. But that is how we end the show with a Demi Bennett title defense, something that has become all too familiar for us lately. So let's finish the show and see how we did. This isn't really a standout show. I'm not expecting a crazy high score, so hopefully it's not too bad. 81. Okay, that's like the cusp of what we can do, to be honest, because we do have around 82, 83 popularity in some places. Some places got 84 popularity. So yeah, we're keeping 80 plus. That's fine. Yeah, not a bad episode, to be fair. Aussie Open killing it at the pre-show. Probably should have thrown them up here somewhere. 2 matches confirmed so far for the All-In Grand Prix final. That is Daniel Garcia getting his rematch against Bryan Danielson and Jade Cargill getting an IWGP Women's World Championship match against Hikaru Shida. Cash and Dax are officially in the Roberts family. But don't worry, we're not going to be changing their names to Cash Roberts and Dax Roberts. I did actually think of doing that. I thought that'd be funny. Have like Drew Roberts and Lance Roberts, but no, we're not doing that. The family obviously doesn't mean it literally, just means, you know, they're a tight-knit group. Like the Wyatt family. They weren't actually family. Or were they? But that is the end of this one. The next episode will be the All-In Grand Prix again. We're coming very close to the end, and hopefully soon, well, sooner rather than later, I mean, we're going to find out anyway in at least 2 episodes' time, who will face Volta in the Grand Prix final. And if in all honesty, can anyone beat him? Volta's final match, I believe, is against CM Punk. So, you know, if anyone could do it, it could be the best in the world. But he has slipped up on occasion recently. But that is something to look forward to. We're here in the now. I really hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Short and sweet, in and out. It's how we like it. But that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you all in the next one.